Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all. I don't have the magic of my old intro. I'm Sean Anderson, most valuable podcast. We're doing Houston Texans predictions, previews. I don't know the name of it. We're just predicting every single game of the Texans seasons, all 16 games, week 1 to week 17. We're including their bye. I think there will be. That's not a funny joke. That's not a funny. That wasn't funny. That wasn't funny. I'm rolling through this. Fuck it. Week 1, we're going to the Houston Texans. Houston Texans taking on the Chicago Bears. And this one's a hard one for me to pick because I am from Chicago. I am a Bears fan as well as a Patriots fan. This one's hard for me to predict because I want to be, I want to be bright and, positive for the Bears season. But I don't see the Bears taking this one in Houston. I think the Texans, if J.J. Watt is healthy, because this is just coming out that he needs back surgery. If he's there for week 1, I will gladly take the Texans here. I think the Bears have a lot of pieces in place, but again, this is the Houston Texans predictions, and I think the Texans have more pieces in place. I think they're a more put-together team, and I think the additions they made in the offseason, like Brock Osweiler and Lamar Miller and all their additions in the draft, I think that makes them a better team than most teams, actually. I think they're one of the best teams in the AFC now, but if J.J. Watt's not there, this is going to change all of this. But I'm depending all of these predictions on J.J. Watt being there, so I will take the Houston Texans in week 1 at home against the Bears. Week 2, I have the Kansas City Chiefs actually beating them. I think the Chiefs are going to be a sneaky team where they might not make the playoffs, but they will be able to beat great teams. I think the Chiefs are usually up and down like that. I think the Chiefs, with how they did last season, and if Jamal Charles is healthy, I think that will be a huge a part of their success this season. I think the Chiefs will be able to upset the Houston Texans at home in week 2. Week 3, and with week 2, this team's still going to be gelling. This team's still going to be coming together. They're not going to be a full put-together product. And again, if J.J. Watt's out, I think that will also play into it. So week 2, I have them losing. So right now they're 1-1. Week 3, they're taking on the New England Patriots. And this one's, again, difficult for me to pick. But then again, they're going to be trotting out Jimmy Garoppolo for the Patriots in week 3. It will be at home, but then again, Jimmy Garoppolo will be starting. So I will be taking the Houston Texans in week 3. Week 4, they're taking on Tennessee Titans. Easy. Houston wins. Then they're taking on the Minnesota Vikings in week 5. Ricky will like this one. I have the Vikings in this one. I think the Vikings are a more put together team. Vikings will be at home. Pretty simple. Vikings win that one. Week 6, they're taking on the Indianapolis Colts. And the Colts usually beat up on the Texans. I think the Texans have only won. I don't think they've ever swept the season series against the Colts. Possibly the year that Peyton was injured and they went 2-14, where they got the number 1 overall pick. But Houston, I think Houston will be able to win that one at home. I think that they'll be able to put enough pressure on Andrew Luck, and that's, again, depending on if J.J. Watt's healthy. If J.J. Watt's healthy and Jadeveon Clowney is living up to his potential, Andrew Luck's not going to be having a fun time in that backfield. He's not going to be having a fun time standing in that pocket. I will take the Houston Texans winning in week 6. Week 7, I have the Denver Broncos losing to the Houston Texans. I almost messed that up. I think Brock Osweiler will get revenge on his old team. I think Denver is going to be a team that falls off the mat completely. I know they have a great defense. I know they re-signed Von Miller, but you don't have a quarterback at Denver. Houston, I feel like they will be motivated. I think they will want to prove themselves as a top team in the AFC. So I will take the Houston Texans in week 7. Week 8, they take on Detroit. Win. Week 9, they have a bye. Week 10, they go on and place Jacksonville. And Jacksonville is a team that I think can be very dangerous to teams. I think they will overlook the Jacksonville Jaguars. I think a team like Houston will. I think after coming off a win against the Denver Broncos, against the New England Patriots, they will be on this very high confidence run, and I think the Jacksonville Jaguars will actually win this one at home. I will take the Jags in week 10 at home. Week 11, they go on and place Oakland. I'm a big fan of Oakland. I think Oakland's going to do great this season. I have Oakland winning at home there. Then in week 12, they take on the San Diego Chargers. San Diego Chargers can be a dangerous team to some. They can definitely throw the ball against most teams, but Chargers were banged up last year, and I think the Chargers will stay banged up. I think the Chargers won't be at full health. I think the Houston Texans will be able to win that one in week 12 at home. I think the Texans will take that one. Then they go to Green Bay. Green Bay wins that one. I think that Aaron Rodgers with Jordan Nelson and Randall Cobb and Clay Matthews going back to middle linebacker, I think that will be a huge improvement to that team. Or, I'm sorry, he's going back to outside linebacker. I think that's going to be a huge improvement to this team. I think Brock Osweiler is going to show some flaws in that game at Green Bay, so I think the Green Bay Packers will win in week 13. Week 14, they're taking on the Colts. I have the Houston Texans sweeping the Colts this year. I think they'll be able to put on enough pressure. By week 14, J.J. Watt should be back, so I think they'll be able to put more pressure on it. And if Watt's out in the first game, I think that will just motivate the Texans to win in week 14. So no matter what, I will lock in that the Texans win on week 14. Week 15, they take on the Jacksonville Jaguars. They will get revenge there. I will take Houston Texans in week 15. Week 16, they take on the Cincinnati Bengals. And Houston usually beats the Bengals just because I think TJ Yates will probably be starting now by week 16 because he's the Bengal killer. But Houston, I think Houston will actually struggle here. I think that the Bengals, being a team that's made it to the playoffs consistently, I think that they will be able to prove that the Houston Texans team is still not ready to make a deep playoff run, or at least this will show them that what they'll need to fix by week 16. I think the Bengals with AJ Green and the two running backs and Bernard and in Jeremy Hill will be too much for the Houston Texans to handle. I will take the Bengals in week 16. And then week 17, I have the Houston Texans destroying the Titans. So that wraps up the Texans season at 10-6. And again, that is depending on J.J. Watt being fully healthy and being there for all 16 games of the Texans season. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you did like this video, do not forget to like it down below. If you love this video, don't forget to subscribe down below. And if you do want to check out all of our other predictions, check out our channel down below. But we're actually doing something fun for this video. If you stayed all the way to the end to watch my outro, thank you. We're actually doing something fun for all these predictions. We're giving a copy away of Madden 17, and I got my cheat notes that Ricky told me. So the rules are you have to be subscribed to MVP, you have to like this video, and you have to share this video to be entered into the contest. If you do want a copy, you have to share this video on Twitter and at us at Most Valuable Pod in the tweets. So if you share this video, that's one raffle. We're doing it raffle style. So if you share this video, that's one raffle entry. But if you share all other 32, you have 32 raffle entries into our contest. And also, if you're a Patreon, you can check that out at patreon.com/mostvaluablepodcast. You get 3 extra raffle entries. So you can have a total of 35 raffle entries into the copy of Madden 17 giveaway. And again, the rules are you have to be subscribed to MVP, you have to like the video, and then you have to you have to share this video on Twitter using the handle at Most Valuable Pod. So just add us on Twitter and share this video out to all of your followers, and that will enter you into the raffle for the Madden 17 game. So if I did kind of jumble those words, the rules are all in the description as well. But do not forget to like, subscribe, and share this on Twitter. We would love the support, and we would love to give you a copy of Madden 17 when the games comes out. But that's going to wrap up this video. Do not forget to check out all of our social media, especially the Twitter, so you can enter into Madden 17, and our Patreon, patreon.com/mostvaluablepodcast, so you can get those 3 extra entries. And if you give $1, you also get a extra monthly Patreon exclusive podcast. And if you do want to check out the sample for the July podcast, check that out in our channel too, because it's pretty damn funny. Rankin's got a good story. But it's going to wrap up this video, and I hope you win the copy of Madden 17.